Back again, finishing up the personal finance project. But before we get into that, as always, your joke of the day. So, your joke today, which, again, personal finance jokes, they're getting to be pretty rough. But how can you get rich by eating? The answer, eat fortune cookies. So, I apologize. But as always, if you found it funny, take a few minutes, laugh it off. But now we get back to personal finance. So the last two steps, 11 and 12, are going to be detailing retirement and donations. Now, with your retirement, there's going to be a couple requirements. The first thing is I want you to look up the different types of retirement accounts. Now, the major ones are either a traditional or a Roth IRA. So my first thing is just looking up what's the difference, and which account do you think would be best for you to choose and why. So I'll tell you, one of the things has to do with when taxes are going to be due. So take that into consideration while you're starting this. But I know oftentimes when I bring this up, students are like, I am 17, I'm 18 years old. Why on earth would I need to start a retirement account? And I know last year we talked about the New Deal. We talked about the Social Security Act and how that was essentially created to make sure that when people reached a certain age, back then it was 65, I believe now it's 67 and a half for you to be able to get your full retirement from it. Why would you need to set up your own? And the best answer I can come up with, and the one that I'm thinking of in the back of my mind, is Social Security might not be around that long. It might not be around until the time that you are able to be old enough to start collecting that money, which is unfortunate because all of us are putting money into Social Security. It is set up to be there when we do retire, that we're able to get that income. So a lot of people look elsewhere to create their own retirement account. So just to kind of show you why I think it's important to have these bank accounts, is this bank calculator here that I found online. So say your starting balance is $0, you have to come up with an annual contribution. Now, we'll use this as a starter one, and what I mean by that is I'm going to say most people can probably put aside $100 a month. So say if you put aside $100 per month, and you start when you are 18 years old and you retire at age 67, by the time you retire, your account is worth $422,724. Now, say you're able to put aside what they call the maximum contribution, which is $5,500. If you do that, which I know is going to be difficult when you're 18, by the time you retire, your account is valued at nearly $2 million. And again, to show you why this is important, you guys start at 18, you see that yours is worth almost $2 million. Put in my age, 11 years apart, well, your account is now worth $1 million, almost $1.1 million more than mine is going to be valued at. So, yeah, I know it's hard to say that I'm 18 years old, I'm starting my retirement account. These are based on different tax rates, which tax rates are going to change. Your expected rate of return might change. But that's to kind of show you what your account could potentially be valued at. So that's going to be for step 11 with retirement, and then 12, monthly donations. Now, you can give donations if you want to. Everyone is able to do whatever they want to with their money. Why some people give charitable donations is the kindness of their heart. They realize that they have extra money, so they can give money away to certain charities, ones that really speak to them as ones that are going to be helpful, ones that are going to be beneficial. Side note, if you ever buy anything on Amazon, you can make sure that you can sign up for whatever you buy on Amazon. Amazon donates a portion of your money to a charity of your choice. But really, step 12 is figuring out if you want to give money for donations. And then what we've decided to add is give 10 budgeting tips that you will use in life. Because it's important to know different budgeting aspects and different budgeting tips, because as you get older, right now we really don't think too much about budgeting. When I was in high school, I was really on the same page as you are, well, I got money now, why do I need to save it? I'm just going to go and spend it. And I look back, and a lot of money that I think could have been saved was spent on useless, frivolous things. But hey, I was in high school. Everyone does that. So That's why we're looking up these budgeting tips. So there you have it. That is steps 1 through 12. Again, make sure as you're going through this that you're filling out your income here. This should be your first step after you find your job, and then your monthly expenditures. So make sure you include everything on here, and then at the end you make sure you figure out what your surplus. Hopefully it's a surplus. That's a positive thing. That means that you have extra money, or a deficit, meaning that you really should reevaluate what you're spending money on, because that means that you're just not going to be able to live that life. So as always, you got questions, let me know. But there's your personal finance project.